Jenna's killing it with her band out there. Feral Cats. She left me a bunch more of those today. They all sound exactly alike. Same timbre, same length, same tone. Yep, another one today. Bunch of them. If she's not ranting about how she wishes she was queer, she's growling into the phone, leaving me the voicemails. No. Not sure what's got her so upset, but I hope that she's okay. I hope that's not... everybody's on pins and needles after something like what happened in Nashville. Because as all of the information, and the initial, I guess shock is still an appropriate word. As frequently as it happens, there is still initial shock. People's lives have been upended and a community has been, broken and blah, blah, blah. But everybody on pins and needles because as information trickles out on the people who commit these crimes, there are more pieces to the puzzle. And I was reading a thing today, and it was basically like, well, the shooter's super religious parents just couldn't accept her. Just like Christ would have done. And so this was a Christian school that this girl shot up, and she went in to kill the pastor that she had been having therapy sessions with. I guess she didn't think he did a good enough job. I don't know. Anyway, he was out that day, so his daughter is one of the kids she killed. Ooh. Now, I don't know if that's coincidental. Worst coincidence in history, most tragic coincidence, or if she sought this kid out. But she was clearly, first of all, if you're the guy, I don't know how you even ever get around this, but a lot more of these puzzle pieces fall into place. And of course, right-wingers want to turn it into a trans thing. This is Christmas in March for right-wingers because they can completely ignore the gun thing, which is not weird. That's what always happens anyway.
Can we call it the holiday season in March?
The holiday season. No, we're saying Christmas again, Bill.
War on Christmas. I want to keep that going.
And there is no law in Tennessee to take guns from violent people, by the way. So, again, as more and more of that information comes forward, she had been really, really upset over a friend who had died. Combine that with her parents not accepting her being gay, but coming out to them as a trans person. And again, it doesn't explain any of it away, but those are puzzle pieces that kind of dribble out and allow you to see a fuller picture of what was going on beyond what initially, we just get a fire hose of information. Everybody's seen the video of that rep from Knoxville who was asked about what we could do. And he goes, well, we can't fix it. And they were like, well, how about your own daughter? How do you protect her? Well, we homeschool my kids. It doesn't affect him, so he doesn't care. But his message is, give up. That seems to be his message. Well, we can't do anything about it. An elected official who is elected to do things about things. And his message is give up, I guess. Oof. Just like a real patriot. Usually, if you see political ads, politicians go for, I'll fight for you. Or, okay, I gave up when things got inconvenient. That'll probably look great in a TV ad, too. Sports teams do it, right? We don't quit. Chambers of Commerce. The people in this town are tough, and we don't give up. They do it in Cleveland.
Yeah.
You're tough. We don't quit when it gets tough.
Defend the land.
Truck commercials. Yeah, we never quit. Not this guy. He's like, give up. Nothing we can do about it. He's not alone, obviously. So more information comes out, and it's all just awful and terrible and sad. And it seems like their solution is always more Jesus. which, as I just alluded to, clearly is not working out great. Because the thought is, well, we can't do anything here. Let's just keep praying for miracles that will never happen. It's like an answer that a child would give you. Extraordinarily juvenile answer. But, I mean, more Jesus doesn't seem to be the solution. I mean, I know for them it is, because if it involves ostracizing people, that's their favorite part. That doesn't seem to be what was intended when people go, we need more Jesus. One rep in Florida said that dead kids can't read, so it's insane to focus on banning books in Florida. I mean, a kid who gets murdered can't go to a drag brunch, so there's probably some high fives on that side of the aisle. So, yeah, I don't know. It's very, very sad and creepy and gross. People keep sending me all these articles, and I'm never quite sure what their intention is, if they're trying to tell me that they disagree with me or they agree with me. It's all very, very vague. You know, the state of Kentucky, they have a Democratic, believe it or not, they have a Democratic governor, a guy named Andy Beshear. But the legislature there, as is the case in a lot of states, Kentucky is a very red state, but they have a Democratic governor. And your hands are kind of tied in that situation because the legislature is Republican. And so they essentially wanted to push through this heavy-duty anti-trans bill. It would have been the most stringent anti-trans bill in the entire country. And he vetoed it. Democratic governor of Kentucky vetoed it. He said that this is going to lead to an increase in youth suicide. A lot of kids are going to take their own lives. And Republicans in Kentucky don't care, so they overrode the veto. And that will become law in Kentucky. So when faced with a law of this nature, could spur a lot of people to take their own lives. Young people don't care. Because if you see certain people as freaks, which they do, or not as people, you don't care. So it's not about protecting kids. Never was. They don't give a soft, wet turd about kids. Because the legislature, one guy said, if it saves just one life, it'll be worth this anti-trans legislation. Except that doesn't go for anything else, boy. Hey, could we regulate guns if it saves one life? Nope.
No, freedom.
Could we wear masks if it saves? Nope.
No.
Could we? Nope.
I'm so disgusted.
So it's a wild time. You know, we have bureau chiefs in all these states. It's a wild time.
We have listeners that agree with this stuff. They agree with this stuff because they don't, like you said, see these people as humans. They don't think they should have rights. They don't think they should do this, and it is disgusting.
Well, it's also a very easy target. And if you're on that side of the aisle, you are looking for nothing but easy targets. You are desperate for easy targets because there's no real policy solutions. If you're a Republican, you've completely given up. You know, it used to be like, the economy should do this. That's completely gone. You're looking for simple solutions, and you're looking for minority groups to put the boot to the neck. So, if your job is to try to, or you want to try to make people feel like they're always one step away from having to defend themselves against something, that puts a lot of people in it puts them in a very fearful position, and some people figure that's how they win things. If you're afraid, I win. But for this guy in Tennessee to be like, well, nothing we can do about it. I mean, it's patently false, for one thing. But, that's a guy who is not going to come as a shock to his constituents. There's people who voted for him, and there are people who will vote for him again. So from the outside, to hear somebody say, well, nothing we can do about it. And he's not alone. There's a lot of people who act that way. But boy, it's certainly, for all the people who bitch and moan and piss and whine about what they see their country turning into, you would think it would occur to them, well, I also don't want this country to be full of representatives who just throw their hands in the air. I mean, that doesn't sound very patriotic. But that's essentially what that guy was saying. That and, well, I homeschool my daughter, so that doesn't apply to me. You know, 2 of the adults who were killed in that school were real good friends with the governor of Tennessee. He and his wife were going to have dinner with one of them the next night. Close personal friends of the governor, 2 of the adults who were murdered in that school. And the governor's response was, now is not the time for rage. Which is a very diplomatic comment to make, but he is correct because that time was a long time ago. But I don't know. It's a very, very strange set of circumstances. I know who will make you feel better, though. I know what will make you feel better, and I know who will make you feel better.
All right.
How would you like to talk to Mary Santorum?
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Hi!
Hello, Alan. This is Mary Santora.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I also want to say hello to my favorite comic in the world, Mr. Bill Squire. Hello, Bill.
Hello, Mary. How are you?
Well, Bill, I'm really excited because this weekend I will be attending one of your shows at the Funny Stop.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
I always love when you come out.
Did his own ding, too, I think. Sorry, her.
Yes,
she
I'm
did
really
her own ding.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep, I did my own ding. Bill, I'm really looking forward to it. Quick question.
Yeah.
To your knowledge, do you know of anyone that has a Bill Squire Bam Bam tattoo on the right bicep?
I don't think anybody does.
Well, now you do, Bill.
You got a Bam Bam
I can't wait
tattoo.
to show you my new tattoo.
I can't wait to see it. Can I post a picture of it?
Oh, absolutely. I sent Alan a picture, actually. He can send it to you.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to see it. Did you send it to me?
Yep. Absolutely. Alan, as you know, I do a lot of stand-up with my comedic troupe, the Bombers, okay?
Yeah.
But this weekend, we're doing a show at an Indian reservation, and they want to pay with wampum, Alan.
Wampum. How much wampum do they? I didn't even know there's a thing. How much wampum do they want to pay?
Well, the chief offered us £100 after I explained that we charge $250 for the first 20 minutes, and then everything after that is negotiable.
Negotiable? What are you, Poundcake? Negotiable? Jesus. Well, maybe just stick to currency, regular American currency.
That's a good tattoo. Alan sent that over. That looks real good.
There it is. It's very photorealistic is what they call that.
Awesome. Thank you. Alan, I want to give a quick shout out to the newest member of the Bombers. She is a very funny one-legged comic from Bentney, North Carolina, and her name is Eileen Ulick.
From Bentney, North Carolina, you say?
Yes.
Wow.
Alan.
Yeah.
Fun fact, her husband Dick was once part of Second City.
Dick, you lick. Okay, you got it. Uh-huh.
Alan, thank you for taking my call and letting me perform my craft. You know I appreciate it. And Bill, just so you recognize me this weekend, I shaved my mustache and grew a beard.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mary. Always good to hear from you. There's Mary Santorum, who, boy, when she graces us with her presence, there's nothing else like it. But again, I've said this before, and it's worth repeating. I don't think that Mary Santora has anything to worry about.
No, I'm all right.
First couple of times Mary Santorum called in, I was like, whoop, there's another killer on the scene. But I don't think you've got anything to worry about.
I'm confident in my job security.
Take that, SUNY Binghamton.
Yeah. Maybe the Bombers will come play for you.
Maybe the Bombers will come play. But that tattoo looks quite expensive.
Yeah. A lot of
I wonder how many hours she sat for that.
Lots of work.
Well, there you go. I feel like I might have oversold it a little. I don't know that we feel better after Mary Santorum's call.
I feel good.
All right, that's good.
That was a little palate cleanser.
Yeah,
nice.
that's all we can ask for.
Yeah.
That's right. Alan, it's not disgusting. It's stupid that people think they can just be whatever they want to be these days.
It's a whole slogan of the Army.
That's also a great encapsulation of why, and I'm not quite sure why people get so red-faced over someone else's life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that.
And also
how dare these people think that they can do whatever they want to
These
do.
Free American
doesn't
people.
right. Doesn't really affect you. It doesn't really, These people, by the way, who want to wipe their ass with the First Amendment, they won't even give a feather touch to the Second.
And to this person, there have been ongoing studies about first of all, you have to understand the difference between gender and sex. And there are
that's a bridge too far for a lot of people.
There's nuanced studies about gender and how people develop, and there are people that develop the genitals of one sex, but then other traits of the other gender. So it's out there. I've shared the stuff before, but you are you're just unwilling to listen to that, and you're unwilling to have empathy for those people and what they've been through. I haven't been through it personally, but seeing what my son went through and seeing what he was able to become because we put him in the right place and went through therapy and had this opportunity, he would have killed himself if we didn't do this stuff. So whatever your bigoted view on this is, it's just hateful and it is disgusting, and you need to show some empathy and love and care for these people because they're not doing anything to hurt you.
Well, that's for pussies, though. If you're one of those people that doesn't like empathy, that's you're equating that. That's for pussies.
Well, these are the people that are the actual pussies because they're so scared of anything that they don't understand that they just villainize it and hide behind some dog crap opinion and want people to harm themselves. And then then they start making up this stuff about like kids getting reassignment surgery when they're children, and that stuff's not happening.
Doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
No.
And you guys are just doing so much more harm.
There's no doctor anywhere that's just signing off on someone. There are layers and layers and multiple consultations that even go into this before a doctor of any ilk would even consider doing it. I got a voicemail from a guy. He goes, I can't wait to hear all your mental gymnastics when it's not the gun, it's the mental illness. It doesn't require any mental gymnastics on my part. Every mass shooter is mentally ill. There's no question about that. But the vast majority of mentally ill people are also not violent. And if you want to be in this country, you don't have to work really hard at all to get firearms. Real mental gymnastics are for people who think that we're helpless, like that guy in Tennessee, I can't do anything about it, who think we're helpless in the face of an obvious deadly problem. And so if you want to be willfully ignorant, that probably feels pretty sweet. It doesn't solve anything. And this notion that nothing can be done, I don't know where that came from. Don't know where that came from. Certainly doesn't sound, you guys love the flag and all of it. Oh, you love it. Certainly doesn't sound, does not sound very American to me. But that's me. I got to take a break. You want to send a text, 35192. AlanCoxShow.com is where you watch, and we'll be back.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our